My name's Jillian. I'm from Arizona, and I have 3 kids. I'm currently in nursing school, and I'm working toward becoming a midwife. And I love and I'm really passionate about birth. To be a mom, to me, it's honestly something I've always wanted to do. Ever since I was in kindergarten, they asked what you want to do when you grow up. I always knew I'd be a mom. My first pregnancy, wow, it was amazing. And I knew I had been working as a labor and delivery doula, a birth coach essentially. I had a lot of anxiety just because, since I was in the birthing space, I was aware that, like maternal mortality rates for women of color and Black women are pretty high. So I just wanted to make sure that I could feel safe. I found that sometimes I had to really push for what I wanted. I would say that for me, a lot of things intersect. And so across all my pregnancies, I experienced that as obviously a woman, but also a woman of color, Black woman. But then having that added, I guess, factor of being a queer woman, I knew that I would have to make sure that I advocated for myself in a different way. I was in an OB office, and I remember just the questionnaire they give you and all these different things, and they were like, oh, so are you using any birth control? And I was like, no, I don't need birth control. And they're like, well, why? I identify as a lesbian and I don't have sex with men, so it's physically unable for me to get pregnant. And oh, well, then we need to do STI testing because by nature, being a part of that community, you're just more promiscuous. It's just you need to kind of dispel ideas around that because it is really disrespectful. And even though I was able to find an OB that was a good fit, I still had to, say, hold on, let's pause for a second, take time to talk to me. Unfortunately, no one really discussed the warning signs that I needed to watch out for, whether that be during pregnancy or even after, especially knowing kind of my demographic. No one ever discussed preeclampsia, hypertension. To me, the best form of maternity health care would be comprehensive. Being able just to have full understanding and just be fully informed so that you can make really good health care decisions. Why I got into wanting to practice midwifery is being able to take time with your patients, get to know them, educate and empower them so that they feel like it's a cooperative relationship. Respectful care is going to be being aware that there are things that are affecting your patients that you might not have ever had to consider. Whether you're LGBTQ plus or you come from a different racial background, being culturally competent, I think, is really, really important. I feel like sometimes, there's a huge gap where there's just cultural differences that are not understood. So then it's really hard to then honor those cultural differences. Respect, again, going back to collaboration, no one knows that person's body better than the patient. And so being able to say, okay, I'm going to bring my skill set and I'm going to work for you and with you rather than over you, that can just really change the tone. You're just listening, you're comprehending. That can sometimes just take care of a lot of things. And then that way also your patient's telling you what they need. You just need to listen. That's going to be really what ensures really great outcomes. Raising the standard and raising the bar for what we do as care providers, but then also as patients demanding what we want and advocating, self-advocating for ourselves, and being able to have that relationship where we can be collaborative. Help her feel heard.